Welcome back to another quick review. Today we are talking about Starfield. The game came out um, about a week or two, like a week and a half ago. I played it during early access, paid the extra $30 for some reason, and played it 5 days early. Now, let's get to the chase, because it's a quick review after all. The game's really freaking good. The game is really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Um, I think this game really shines in its second half. The first half of the game is really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Some of the exploration was fun. Just going around and doing space things and missions and side quests was a lot of fun. But it's the second half of the game where you start doing like the main story quest, where um, it starts to really get in gear. Like a lot of the main story quest is like really really good. And you know what? Somebody, I can't remember who it was. Somebody on Twitter said, beeline the main story if you want the best experience. I disagree. I really enjoyed the main story a lot, but I think what gives this game, like what makes this game so good, is the side quest, the faction quest, right? Because because of those quests, if the universe, the world that Bethesda created feels alive, right? Like you have the UC Vanguard, Terrormore faction quest, which is a lot of fun. I enjoyed that a lot. The Freestar Rangers faction quest, which was fine. I don't think that's absolutely amazing, but it was fine. The Ryujin faction got the Ryujin Industries faction quest, which is really good. It's a lot of stealth, and that might not be for a lot of people. It's definitely hard at times. I definitely didn't enjoy myself at a decent amount of time. The time I was doing that, but for the most part, it's really good. And then the Crimson Fleet storyline, which is what I did last, which was absolutely insane. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. And even some of the other side quests in this game are also really, really good. Right? And then you get to, some of the space stuff, which, building outposts on different planets and moons and stuff is a lot of fun. Or, spending hours and hours inside your ship in Shipbuilder, was one of my highlights of the game. I really enjoyed building my ship even to the end. Before I did the last main mission in Starfield, I went back and rebuilt my entire ship because why not? I had fun with it. It was a lot of fun. Back with the story, the whole story thing. Starfield's story kind of really does ramp up as it goes, right? It does ramp up as it goes along. I thought that towards the end, there are a couple of story missions that were very not great. There's a story mission where you're involved in quantum entanglement, which just or something like that, which just is not fun. It isn't. It's not that. It's not fun. It's very confusing at times. And then there's this mission, the third to last mission in the game, where you're on Earth or something, or like on Earth visiting NASA, and it's it's fine. I think it brings the entire game, like that starts to bring the game a bit full circle and how we got to this point. The issue with that game is the amount of lock picking that you have to do and getting through and getting out of the place is so tedious. It's so tedious, but those are like my least favorite missions in the game, and a game full of phenomenal missions, right? Um, its story gets very emotional at times. It gets very dark, um, and existential. Now, another thing about this story that you may or may not like if in today's entertainment world of media, multiverse. It is a multiverse story, but the thing about it is that you don't really know that it's a multiverse story until like the last 30%, 34, like 20 to 30% of the story, right? The main quest, which I think it actually works out for Starfield because its ending is very confused. It's not confusing, but open minded. It can be interpreted a lot of different ways, and I really enjoyed that fact. I really enjoyed that it could be interpreted in many different ways. I mean, in that incites, discussion, friendly or unfriendly discussion, incites discussion, right? Overall, I think the game is great. If I had any complaints, I think at times the game didn't look as great. It didn't look too good when it comes to graphics and stuff. And for some reason, the Xbox Series S specifically, I don't know if it's like Series X or PC, but Series S specifically, there are too many crashes. Like I even had a crash before like the last mission. I was like, the game crashes too much. Maybe it's just because of Series S hardware, but the game crashes a lot. But overall, as an entire experience, Starfield is really, really good. It is in my top three games of the year. It's like a 9.5 out of 10 for me, minus the crashes and a couple of main missions, which don't actually take away from my experience with the game too much. Um, that kind of just bumps it down to a 9.5, right? It's definitely my number two game of the year so far at the moment, just right behind Final Fantasy 16. Um, it's a game that I would highly recommend you playing if you have the means to do it. If you have the means to play it, there's a lot of stuff to do. Even I finished the game. I finished the game with 95 hours. Right? There's a lot of stuff that I still haven't done and still want to do. Which I'm gonna have to put this game down for a bit since Mortal Kombat 1's about to come out tomorrow when I'm uploading this. But there's a lot of stuff to do and a lot of stuff I want to go back and do, which is a lot of fun, which is good. I like games that have more stuff to do outside of main story mission and some side quest. Yeah. Overall, Starfield's a great game. I hope console wars and all that stuff don't discourage you from buying it because it's worth it, 100%. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.